Doctor Who Live at MCM Comic-Con London. I am your host, Josh Carr, the host of Who Knew, a Doctor Who podcast. It is an absolute honour to be here, and we've got a very, very special treat for you. Because we've not just got one Doctor, not two, we've got three. So, very, very excited. There's a precedent for that, of course. So, without further ado, let's bring them on. I believe we're waiting for one, so they may join us a little bit later. But first of all, brave hearts, everybody. We've got the one and only fifth Doctor. It's Peter Davison. Next up, we've got, well, probably not the one you're expecting. It's the eighth Doctor. And I think, of course, Colin will be joining us a little bit later.
That theme tune doesn't bring him over nothing.
Come on, Colin.
Come on, Colin.
Where are you, Colin? Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I hope you're both enjoying MCM this weekend. That's right, so it's been a very long weekend for you. Well, first of all, I found out that I was doing this a couple of weeks ago, and I made a big long plan. That all went out of the window about a week ago, when I watched a certain episode of Doctor Who, The Power of the Doctor. Yeah, so, I mean, it went down a treat.
It did. I mean, it was extraordinary. I didn't believe really they could keep that secret for that long.
Yeah, for a whole year. When did you shoot yours?
I only shot mine at the end of the summer, actually. It was quite late on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because I did mine this week last year, so a whole year.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you?
And then so did Colin, I think. I don't want to speak for him because he's not here, but I think it was about
But
a year.
I know I was after everyone else, so I'm not quite sure. My memory fades.
Was there a reason for that?
Yeah, I was working on something else. Like you always are.
That's kind of a reason, yeah. No, so that was a whole year that we...
Yeah, no, it was like, yes, it was about maybe, yeah, it was a bit later in the year.
Yeah. And how did it come about? When did Chris approach you for it? What was your initial reaction when you got the phone call?
Oh, I think we were definitely up for it. So, yeah, it was just a very nice thought to have, us in it. So yeah, it was always favourable. There was never a doubt in my mind. I've never tried to distance myself from Doctor Who. We carried on doing Big Finish and audio.
Crashing is the one and only Colin Baker, the sixth Doctor.
Making an entrance.
He was a Costa coffee.
That's where it was. Not a moment too soon.
Costa Lotta.
So, in terms of being approached for the Power of the Doctor, did you all discuss it beforehand, before saying that?
No.
Yeah, we just hoped the others weren't doing it.
It was
just us.
I just told these people that it was about a year ago that we did it. So you were like me. It was like last November, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, we did it.
Yeah.
So we probably would have had one day. Would have gone on one day to Cardiff.
Yeah. Went down the night before.
Yeah.
Went to the studio, recorded it.
Yeah.
Met Jodie, had a lovely day.
You met Jodie.
Yeah.
I didn't even meet Jodie. I didn't even see Jodie.
They were worried.
What a Swiss.
Well, because Jodie would want to run away with you see.
Jodie was like, I had to do all my scenes to a little bit of masking tape attached to a brush pole or whatever it was. That's what we did, because it's all green screen.
Well, I didn't mind with Jodie.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Obviously, you can't really answer this one, but I was going to say, what was it like working with Jodie and what's it been like?
Well, that's him, no, that's him.
The fact that the eighth Doctor was
finally in an episode.
Yeah, it was finally in an episode.
Yeah. It only took me 30 years, folks.
Yeah, he wasn't in his robes. He was in his costume.
Yeah.
His full get-up. A lot of people were theorising, is that because he's so in character for the eighth Doctor? Or was it because of the behind the scenes money?
I don't know what the reason was.
Yeah, no reason.
No, they never told me anything.
Well, it suits the eighth Doctor, I think.
Because there was a bit of dialogue, wasn't there, about it? Who was it with McCoy or... Again, no one was there, I don't know.
Yeah.
again, I don't want to spoil it, right? But like when I went and I did that, I didn't know really
what the scene was.
What the scene was going to.
You won't send the whole episode.
Because they don't send you everything. You know, they send you fragments of the scene or whatever. So I was guessing too. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And that's the way we work. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And film, you know, you make films and you leave and go back home again, and they make the film when you've left. So that's not unusual. But I didn't really know what I said. Well, why am I saying this? You know, that's how we work. So I didn't know what the story was. To be perfectly honest.
Have you seen it now? Have all three of you seen
No,
it?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I haven't seen it either.
Are you likely to watch
Have you seen it, Peter?
I've seen it, yes.
What did you think? If
You do the talking.
There's microphones at the side. Hopefully someone can direct. But if you want to queue up, we'll try and speed run a few. But my final question is, it's a very exciting time for the show. We've just had this big special for the centenary, and now we've got the return of David Tennant, and we've also got the return, well, the debut of Shooty Gatwa. What are your thoughts on that? Are you excited to see them?
The son-in-law also rises.
Well, I just can't get rid of him. It's just always there. I thought I'm in this episode, just me that he turns up at the end.
Well, there is actually that very famous picture of you stood behind him with a sign saying he's not that special. I wanted to make you feel a little bit better, so I thought I'd make you a sign that you could hold up throughout the panel. It just says, I am special.
Of course, I would like to point out that the only reason I can get away with this is that he is special. Right? So I feel like I can have a go all the time later. And he takes it in very good spirit. So, yeah.
And did you know that he was coming back? Or
I did know that, yes. I did know that because, of course, I'm well connected in that area.
I felt no
saying.
Is it something, is that something that you three would consider coming back full time?
Full time meaning what?
A full series. Would you come
Well,
back?
like 9 months of the year.
Yeah. Cold and carnage.
It's a nice thought. I mean, it would be wonderful to would say we'd love you to come back, you know, as permanent doctor. I mean, it's about 1 million to 1 against. So I don't think we really need to bother about it. But yeah, the actual reality, you're right, actually uprooting yourself and actually living in...
For 9 or 10 months of the year.
Yeah, that might be a bruise, but...
Maybe not.
I don't know, try it. Yeah. Would you please try it, whoever is producing the show?
Yeah, well, maybe, you know, you've been in it very...
It's a young person's game.
Well, they offered it to me first, but I wasn't free.
Well, before we finish, we're going to... Go ahead.
Hello to all of you. Now, you can't choose yourselves, but who is your favourite doctor?
Your favourite doctor? Peter, who would you say?
I mean, I've always said, for me, it was Patrick Troughton. Because he was the first regeneration, and if he hadn't pulled it off so brilliantly, we wouldn't be sitting here now. So, I just thought it was a wonderful portrayal.
Well said. Bill Hartnell, because he was the first when I was a kid. That's the one. I think a lot of us would say that it's often the first one, isn't it? The one that gets you into it. Yeah, Bill Hartnell.
It depends how you're judging it. I've always said Pat Troughton too, because if that first regeneration hadn't been as masterful as it was, we wouldn't be here. But if you judge on the other criterion of attraction, then it has to be Joe, because she's the only one I've actually fancied.
He has to lower the tone.
He has to lower the tone.
What did you do when you prepared for the role to make the Doctor your own?
Okay, so what did you do to prepare for the role to make the Doctor your own?
Well, I think first of all, you're cast to be different. So in a way, half that job is theoretically done for you if you trust it. I mean, I was not cast to carry on from where Tom Baker left off. We are the same, theory, the same person. But so you just have to find a way of making it your own, and it is a nervy thing. The way I did it was not starting with the first episode that went out. Actually, the first episode, it was my third story that was broadcast. It was the first story that I made. So it gives you a chance just to find your feet. But it's a difficult thing because you've got nothing to go on except you being cast as you. Yeah. Very good answer. That's the truth.
When I started, it was because McCoy was in it as well. And I knew McCoy, anyway, I was a friend of his. So I talked to him. That's what I tended to do. And it was nervy. It is nervy when you first start, but he was, he held my hand a little bit, gave me a little bit of confidence. That's how I prepared for it.
I remember asking Peter, I don't know if you remember this, on that last moment ever, when we were there together, I said, have you got any advice, Peter? And he paused before he said, no.
Well, this is a true story. It sounds like it's something you make up, but it's absolutely true. When I went into the regeneration from Tom, we were meant to do it before the tea break, the evening tea break, but we couldn't get it done. So I went up to the BBC bar with Tom, and it was very bad. I was very intimidated by him. And he said to me, I think you remember what Doctor Who is. And then he said something, but I didn't hear it. I couldn't hear it in the bar. And I was too embarrassed to say, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? So to this day, I have no idea what his advice about playing the Doctor was.
Well, I think it works out okay. So it went well.
I can imagine Tom watching it now going, but he didn't play it Irish with a limp.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to the three of you.